So let me tell you something that you might understand. Someone applies to 50 jobs, updates their resume, writes cover letters, even prepares for interviews, but still gets no response, gets no callback, gets no offers over and over again. After a while, they start having the thoughts that, oh, the job market is bad, or it's not my time. But I want to try to help you that what if the problem is not just about the market? That has its place at its time. But what if the problem is also something that you might not have figured out? It could be something that you don't realize. And the truth is this, most people are not getting hired, not because they are not qualified, but because they are making few critical mistakes. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 mistakes that could be silently blocking your chances of getting hired and how to fix them. I'm not just going to be showing you what the mistakes are, I'm going to be showing you how do you fix them. The first one, mistake 1, is generating generic resume. Every job has the same kind of design. You are not very particular about the job that you want, so you keep throwing your resume to every kind of jobs. See, the first starting point is you must have a specific skill that you are targeting. It's very important. A skill. And just don't want project management. I want to be a project control specialist. I want to be a scheduler. I want to be an estimator. All right. You must be able to channel your CV to the skill that you have and understand that tailoring your resume is not just tailoring it to a specific job application. It's tailoring it to a job industry that you're interested in with the specific skill that you have. A financial analyst. So I know that I'm targeting financial analyst role, a business analyst. So you have to tailor it down. Understand with the different names that is being called in your industry. For example, project control specialist at times is called project planner, is called scheduler, is called project control. So what is the name that is being called? Then you target that specific role. Number 2, applying without strategy. This is the second biggest mistake I see, where people are applying randomly, hoping to hit jackpots. 20 jobs today, 15 jobs tomorrow, 10 jobs next week, without a clear strategy. It's very important that applying more doesn't mean applying better. It goes back to the first point of targeting the jobs that you want, the position that you want, all right, based on the skill that you have. Your skill, do a skill mapping for yourself and say, with all these skills that I have, what are the jobs, trending jobs that I can apply to? Then when you do that, you take the result of that to build your targeted CV and begin to tag companies in that industry. It's better to send, that's what I did, 5 strong applications, send it, 5 strong applications every day than doing 50 weak ones every day. Number 3 mistake is you don't have a strong personal branding. In today's world, employers are not just looking for your resume, they are checking your presence in LinkedIn. How are you packaging yourself? I don't say you record videos or you post every day on LinkedIn, but how do you represent your past experience? How do you communicate that on LinkedIn? It's very important. If your profile is empty and unclear, you will lose credibility. So you must have a way of communicating your value on LinkedIn, especially representing the place that you have worked and condensing that to target the position and the job that you are looking for. Your online presence should be able to communicate your experience, your value, and the things you've done, not generic job descriptions, but the contributions you've made, the name of the project you've worked on, how you've improved productivity, how you've tracked things. And if you can go further ahead, you can post simple insights just to make a difference on your profile. Mistake number 4 is you are getting the interviews, but you have poor communication skills when it comes to the interview. When they say tell me about yourself, you're rambling and you're not being direct. All right, there's a video I have on my channel, Box Smart and More, on how do you answer the tell me about yourself question. You don't have to talk too much. You must be able to explain clearly who you are, who you were, who you are currently, the tools you use, and the companies that you're targeting. All right, if you can communicate clearly, it will affect your chance of getting the job. You must be able to structure your communication, who you are, right, who you were, who you are, what you're doing currently, the tools that you use, and why you're applying for the role. All right, it gets you the results, and you must be able to do that confidently and consistently. That's mistake number 4. I see people making the get interview, especially value roles. I value roles. Let me sing and drum that, because it's not just for I value, I paying 6-figure roles. Must be able to communicate that. The final mistake is you do the interview, you do well, you do the interview, and you leave. What is your follow-up strategy? For everybody, if you had 9 people on that panel that interviewed you, you can't just interview and disappear. Note their names, note their email, and send a thank you follow-up message after every interview to everybody that was on the panel. It shows you're interested. It shows your attention to each person and not generic emails. Pick what questions did they ask you. Have your notes and write down during the interview. Take notes. What question they ask you, what question the B ask you, and you send a mail to everybody thanking them for their insights for that interview or opportunity. It shows how you're attentive to detail, because communication is a big part of any job you want to do, and you're already doing that just from the interview process in itself. Here's something I want you to understand. Getting hired is not just about qualification. That is part of it, but about, first of all, presenting yourself right for that role, the branding in itself, and communicating your value. Even when somebody checks you out, they see the value you bring to the table, and aligning that to what the company needs per time. This small adjustment can be the difference maker. Now remember my story at the beginning. Somebody who was applying for 50 jobs but got no response. All right, it's not that they were not trying, it's just that they were not targeted. There was no strategy behind their plan. Okay, but now with these 5 mistakes, you will make sure that you go back to the job market and do what you have to do to get the job that you deserve. It's very important. Very in this climb, high value roles, you need to follow this strategy. So if you're currently job hunting, review these mistakes. Stop creating generic resume. Stop applying without strategy. Stop having weak personal branding. Stop having poor interview communication. And even when you get the interviews or you're done with the interview, you don't have any follow-up plan. If you can fix some of these things or all of these things, you increases your chances significantly. The thinner the market, the more opportunities you present yourself. Did you enjoy this video? I know you did. Subscribe, share the Work Smart and my YouTube channel. My name is Ituno. You can call me IT, and tell me any of these mistakes you've made and what you've learned and how to make adjustments. It's really going to encourage me to keep recording some of the videos like this. The Work Smart and my YouTube channel helps you to achieve great things, supporting your work and in your business. I record and talk about it every week. Thank you for watching. Click like, comment, share, and see you in my next one.